Ever since I was little, I was good at drawing. And once I started middle school, I was able to start painting and drawing more. I mean, my junior year, I made this con swab sculpture where I paper machéed my face, and then I used that as a mold to line up con swabs that I had dipped in paint to hold together. And that was how I made this really strange but interesting sculpture. And that was when I really discovered that, hey, I really like sculpture. I chose sculpture because I think three-dimensionally as well. With sculpture, you gotta use so many more materials than anything else. I mean, when I do art, I always think of it as an exploration, and I never want to be bored. With sculpture, I like to use materials that I can find on the family farm. So recently I made an egg shape out of branches that I tie together with waxed thread. And I tend to make a lot of sculptural work that is fragile and can't last very long. I love the intimate feeling that you get when you use your hands to make the artwork rather than, say, welding a piece of metal together. The process of sculpture revolves around it being three-dimensional rather than two-dimensional. You have to include negative space and the object itself. I like to sculpt using fragile materials because I don't want to use the normal materials that everyone uses. I want to try new things, and I want to see if it fails or not. And if I find a material that I really, really love, I plan on making a lot of artwork out of that. But when you make something with, say, a lot of little pieces and then you glue them all together and you make it that way, I just find it as a lot more fulfilling because it takes so much time, which I really love. Just investing and so much work into it and feeling the fulfillment you get at the end of it. With painting, I started using watercolor my senior year of high school, and I did this large watercolor painting, which actually turned out very beautiful. And I learned that I really love to use watercolor paint more so than acrylic, because you can kind of erase with watercolor if it's still wet. I did this large, huge portrait canvas painting and with acrylic paint, and that was really inspirational as well, because, you know, hey, I can make this huge painting and it actually looks kind of realistic. My advice to young artists would be to practice and to learn as much as you can while you have it available to you.